What's going on? It's your girl Amelia X Rated, and we are here at the season finale of Nama Fuck You, the podcast. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to episode 11, and yours truly, I'm going to bless you with a few gems today. This episode is going to be titled Take Two. So, 11, 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 happens to be my number because I am the second child, born on the 2nd of September, and everything seems to happen to me in twos. Some say threes, some say fours. No, me's 2. If you know me, and if you don't, this is your chance to get a little glimpse into my life. I am a walking testimony when it comes to health. I do not look like I feel. I have been diagnosed with many autoimmune diseases that I'll get a little bit into further in the episode. And I continue to live my life with my head held high, a positive outlook, and exerting and projecting nothing less than positive energy in the overflow of flourishment and abundance. Because guess what? I'm blessed, and because you're listening to this episode, you will be and continue to be blessed as well. So I'm going to start this take 2 with a poem that I wrote, and I don't usually share my writing, but I'm gonna let you guys hear something, and take it how you take it, receive it in the way that your heart desires, and then we're going to talk about it. It has no title because I title nothing. But here goes nothing. In the quiet of morning, or in the stillness of night, my mind races with thoughts of life without you. A life without cold sweats and night terrors. A life without mood swings and anxiety attacks. Or even a life of normalcy without others' pity. A chance to feel no pain even if it were self-inflicted. It angers me to explain your uninvited presence to those too lazy to Google your name. Whenever I say that I am sick, the response is always, again? You bring chest pain with headaches, swollen joints with nausea, blurred vision with mild dementia, and turn my hands and feet blue whenever you feel like it. You have run people out of my life who I thought cared. No wonder I stayed alone in cold darkness. Depression is your best friend, whom I am well acquainted. I wish he'd go away too, but it seems that you all are staying. But for how long, though? For I have places to go without growing weak and fatigued. For I have places to go where there are people I can meet who will finally see me for me. For I have places to go, to a bed where I can peacefully sleep. And it will be a place not dug 6 feet deep. I'm going to repeat that last line. For I have places to go, to a bed where I can peacefully sleep. And it will be a place not dug 6 feet deep. In 2012, I was diagnosed with lupus, an autoimmune disease that essentially Essentially, your immune system attacks all that it's supposed to help. So if you have a cold, it ends up being buddy-buddy with the cold. And it attacks your body in ways that you thought could never happen. Like you couldn't even fathom it. Your insides just shut completely down. And as someone who has lived with this disease for so long, you feel every single thing. So when I was first diagnosed, I thought I was receiving a death sentence because a few months prior, a friend of mine had passed away from the same disease. And so I am 21. I am in my last month. I'm not even going to say semester. I'm in my last month of Northeastern University. I am getting ready to graduate. I'm getting ready for finals. I am getting ready to cross a stage as the first person in my family to complete a college degree. And I am getting ready to embark on a new journey away from home, starting a new life, and learning who Amelia L. Smith is. But I had lung surgery. I had open chest lung surgery all in this time. Now I'm supposed to relearn how to breathe. I am to relearn how to walk. I am relearning how to send signals from my brain to my lungs, then to the rest of my body on how to do normal things. You know, when you're running and you calm down and you can breathe normally again. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't even run. I couldn't walk. Getting up to use the bathroom was difficult. Showering, that's not going to happen. Again, this is a month before I graduate. So I leave the hospital, have to go into recuperation mode. I'm doing all of my last minute assignments, my finals, all from my bedside, literally. And I'm submitting them on time. How did I do this? In retrospect, I know how I did it. During that time, I had no clue how any of that energy was being spewed out of me. I don't understand. But now I'm like, I get it. I crossed that stage May 4th. I was swollen. I was in pain. I could barely breathe. I am thankful that I do not have to use oxygen. I am thankful that I did not have to use a cane. I didn't have to use a walking stick, a walker, anything. I was at TD Bank North Garden with my head held high. And I looked like a picture of great health. But on the inside, I was hurting. I was in pain. Further down the road, I'm living my life. I'm doing what I thought Amelia needed to do to continue to learn who she was. Well, in fact, I was going down a dark spiral into a place where I couldn't get myself out of. 2012, I moved to South Carolina. 2013, I came back, started to have kidney interaction. Lupus hit my kidneys, and it hit hard. Came back, started a new life again. I'm back home. I'm not on my own anymore. That was a huge transition again. So I'm enduring a lot of transitions. One that I didn't foresee, and the others that I just had to throw myself into and adapt and cope. All while holding on to something that I considered a death sentence. One would think that you would live your life to the fullest. I tried. I did some stupid things within that short time span, but I wasn't living to the fullest because I still didn't understand what the fullest meant. I knew what it meant to appreciate a moment, but that's not necessarily the fullest. 2014 came along. I promise you guys, I'm not going to go every single year. 2014 came along, and I started to use different medications and saw some changes in my body that I was not very pleased with. So I stopped taking medicine altogether. Worst decision for me. And the reason being is when you stop treatments, you need to do it gradually, not cold turkey. I do not suggest anyone who takes medication to just stop cold turkey. Please gradually go through the process of ridding your body of those toxins. Purge, do cleanses, cut down the dosage, And also consult someone about it as well, because your body is very fickle, whether you're healthy or not. One small trigger can send it into different dimensions, I'll say, because it's definitely an out-of-body experience. So I quit cold turkey. First couple of months, pretty difficult. But I started to see changes. I started to get like a 2-pack. Before I had a 6-pack of beers, a little keg. I was slimming down. Of course, I'm rocking this short haircut. Oh, back to that as well. The short haircut came because I started to use chemotherapy drugs, and I was afraid of losing my hair. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are going through chemotherapy, please do not fear the losing the hair part. Embrace it. And I will tell you why further along in this episode. But back to this. Getting slim, and I'm feeling good. Going to the gym, working out, doing shakes in the morning, smoothies. Like, you would have thought I was a fitness instructor at this point. And that's when I learned that my outer body appearance and how it's received by others it's important to me, because I stress to myself and to many others that you shall not ever look how you feel. When you walk outside, make sure that you make yourself up in a way that others don't see you for your handicap. They don't see you for a disability. They don't see you for a sickness. Yes, many sicknesses display themselves physically, but don't allow that to be a deterrent. Don't allow that to get you down. Don't allow that to influence how you show off yourself to the world. You are beautiful. You are like an altar. You should be like great. I don't even know the word. Someone should just look at you and say, I pick up all this positive energy, this light, this source of greatness. And because of that, I want to do the same. So that's always been me and my outlook on myself to the world. That's how I see it. And I feel like many people should really embrace that, because we're living in a place and a time where judgment is always cast on physical appearance. And we know that. We can't change that. But we can change ourselves and our outlook on ourselves in accordance, not even in accordance, but in relation to how others see us. We don't have to care what they say, but at least give them something to talk about, right? In a positive way. Because negativity is what causes more negativity. And what are we fighting and arguing about? I'd rather fight and argue with you for disrespecting me than telling you my shoes are ugly or something dumb, some dumb shit that just doesn't make any sense. But I noticed that my physical appearance and how it was received was very important. And I also don't want that statement to get confused with I needed validation. I didn't need validation. I just wanted to make sure I look good. Okay. Not how, someone said, oh my goodness, you look good. Like, I didn't need that, but I wanted to know in my head that at least I put effort into putting clothes on. I put effort into combing my hair. I put effort into washing my face and putting on a serum or something. And that was what was important. I felt good because I looked good, and I knew I looked good, but I didn't need someone to tell me that. And that was the first step in my Nama fuck you journey. Peacefully fuck your opinion. I didn't need a man to say, oh, Amelia, like, you're turning me on with what you're dressed, how you're dressed and how you're looking. No, I didn't need that. I didn't need someone to say I was beautiful at that point, because I knew it. And because I knew it, I also matched how I looked with my mental. If I'm going to look good, I'm going to think good. I'm going to think positive. But all in all, in reality, I don't feel good. But that's my business. That's the secret I hold. And if you're near and dear to me, then you understand that. And you understand my fight and my want and need to move forward, to not only find a cure, but to feel better. And when you look in the mirror and you see that you're radiating, you're the light source, you kind of start to feel better. It's almost like when you're sick with a cold and you're down and out and really, really weak. Merely taking a shower makes you feel so much better. Even if it's like a little bit better, at least it's progress from how you felt prior to that shower. That's the feeling that I felt. And I continue to feel when I'm down. Like, washing my face is everything. Washing my hair is everything. Washing my body, putting on lotion is everything. And then to put on clothes that I work hard to buy and to look good in, with shoes that match the entire outfit. Whew, I am feeling amazing. Nobody can stop me. I might not be able to walk very far, but the furthest I can go, you're going to see this and you're going to say, where should you get that from? I want to get a piece of that. And that's how it should be. We should be like picking up on each other's vibes, positive only, okay? Because Nama Fuck You will tell you, if you got some negativity and toxicity going on, you can stay 6 feet away like you got COVID. Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to stay 6 feet away from each other. Social distancing is very important during these times. Yes, but I did digress. My bad. So that's 2015. 2014. So now we're in 2015. And I'm going to drop a gem for y'all. The power of life and death lies in your tongue. Don't ever forget that. With that being said, manifestation is real. When I was 19 years old, I said out loud, I am going to be either engaged or married and pregnant by the age of 25. My 25th birthday came and I was partying, drinking, smoking. I was in New York, okay? New York Labor Day Carnival weekend. Having the time of my life. But I was feeling a little, sick. I wasn't engaged. I wasn't married. Actually, let me give it to him. Okay. I was engaged. But it was like a break. Anyways, I was feeling kind of sick. And I'm like, I don't know. September 23rd, I found out that I was about 3 months pregnant and didn't even know. I had a little pudge, but you guys got to remember I was working out still. So I thought I was, still doing what I was supposed to do. And I wasn't feeling bad. Just when I got to the partying part, that's when I started to say, something is not right. October came and I began to get very sick. But it wasn't lupus related. November came. I remember Thanksgiving. I couldn't eat. If I even tried to eat, it was going to come right back. December 3rd, I lost my son at 6 months. I had to have an emergency DNC. DNC, in layman's terms, is an abortion. Throughout the pregnancy, I had gotten a some issues with my heart. And because I was having issues with my heart, I wasn't pumping enough blood and oxygen to him. And I had to make the decision on December 4th at 9:30 in the morning to have an emergency DNC. Because if I didn't, I would lose my life and his. It took me about 2 or 3 years to wrap my head around the fact that I chose his life over mine. Therapy was at the forefront. I started to write more. I started to sing again. But I also shut myself off from the world around me because I wasn't afraid. I was just angry, and I didn't want to share me with anyone because I couldn't even share me with him. I felt like I wasn't woman enough because I couldn't carry, because I was weak. My heart was weak. I felt like, I was selfish. And that's one thing that I try not to be. And I felt like I was unfit. And it took me a very long time to wrap my head around that decision. And also I was angry at the doctor because that's his job to find alternatives. And that shouldn't have been the first one on the list. Yes, I knew that I had a disease. Great. Who doesn't? But it's possible. Anything is possible. And I had manifested this. And because I manifested it, it had to happen. It had to. But it didn't. And I had to live with it. And the fact that I'm still kind of like tearing up is a little confirmation that I still really haven't gotten over it. But I've gotten to the point where I can talk about it. And like I said, it took a long time for me to forgive myself. Not anybody else, but to forgive me. Because I took the blame. And now, in March of 2021, I will say this. And this is a message for anyone who is or has gone through this. We as women are reared with the understanding that one day we're going to have children. But we never get the bottom line. We never get the gray area. Like, what happens before then? Yes, we know you get your menses and all that. Great, awesome. But what comes with the menses? We don't learn about like endometriosis. We don't learn about fibroids. We don't learn about other deterrents. We also don't know, and neither do our parents or our caregivers or role models. They don't know what's going to happen before. I didn't know I was going to be diagnosed with lupus. I also didn't know that I was going to have like something wrong with my heart. I didn't know that my lungs can't pump oxygen. They can't do anything. I have lungs in me that needs to be transplanted. I didn't know that. But because in the back of my head, I knew that one day I was going to have a child. That was my only goal. As is for many women, is their goal to have kids. And in that moment, in that instance, where that ability is stripped from you, your world collapses. The loss of my son, my world collapsed. Because, and I hate to paint this picture, he was pulled out of me. And you have to understand this as well. When you have an abortion, you shouldn't have it at 6 months. This 6 months is a lot. That child could have possibly still lived if you incubated and did some work. But because my heart wasn't pumping, my lungs wasn't doing their job, he was clinging on too. And as a mother, thinking in retrospect, I wouldn't want my son or my daughter to suffer, especially if I'm suffering. So, ladies, forgive yourself. I'm not going to say things happen for a reason, because that's not comforting. You have to learn that for yourself. But I will say, blaming you halts the healing process. Forgive you. A decision was made, and now is the time to reflect. How does this decision affect you in your future? Because the present is only present. The past is gone. We can't look back there anymore. But how do we move forward? Who is the person that we want to be moving forward? What are the actions that we want to take moving forward? Where do we want to be as we continue to move forward? I was hurt. I was in pain. Tears streamed out of my eyes every single day. I got down to the weight of about 150 something pounds from weighing 200 solid. Because I just was mourning the loss of a child, mourning the loss of self, mourning the loss of everything. Because I lost people that were close to me, some more. Because I kept pushing myself away. Again, I couldn't face others if I couldn't even face myself. And then the image that I saw reflected back to me in a mirror, that wasn't Amelia. That was skin and bones. That was Skeletor. I was the nightmare before Labor Day parade. Am I proud of that span of time? Yes. Has it taught me so much about who I am and in the world around me? Yes. Has it made me a better person? Absolutely. Am I able to have children now? Absolutely not. Am I okay with it? No. But will I be okay? Yes. Are there alternatives to being, and I put this in quotes, air quotes, a mother? Ha! Absolutely. I love my goddaughter as if I birthed her. She sounds like me. She looks like me. She acts like me. So in my mind, that child was born for me. That's my miracle. And any other child that comes into my life, I love them unconditionally. Not because I lost one, but because that's me. That's what has been instilled in me. Those are the values that I have within me and for the children that I reach out to and who reach out to me and who, we all create a relationship, a bond. Amelia loves the kids. Now, at that same moment, Nama Fuck You came in again because I was alone in all of this. The man that I thought was supposed to hold me down, be by my side, comfort me, was nowhere around. I did say we were on a break, but the break didn't stop the sex calls. The break didn't stop the drunk texting or the I miss yous or the impromptu breakfast dates. That break didn't stop anything. It didn't stop me from bringing him lunch. It didn't stop me from him ordering me something to eat when I said I was hungry. But in December 4th, 9:30 a.m. I couldn't reach him. 3 p.m. that afternoon, I was home at that time. Got a phone call. What's up? I don't even need to get into what the what's up is, because it's just another trigger, like tears streaming down my eyes, and I'm screaming like, what the fuck? I called you, you wasn't there, I'm texting you. Ah. In retrospect, that was unnecessary. I should have just left it. I should have just said, nah, I'ma fuck you. But it took me years to say, nah, I'ma fuck you was instilled at that moment. Or should have been, at least. Partially. And now that 2021, because I'm moving forward, that my past is staying right there, and I let you into a little glimpse of it. Not even a glimpse, I gave you some detail. I want to display to you verbally who Amelia is now. Having an autoimmune disease is very, very marginalizing. Probably not a word. Marginalizing. There we go. Still probably not a word. You are categorized by your symptoms. You are categorized by results of blood tests. You are categorized by physical attributes. You are categorized by the color of your skin. I can go on for days. The marginalization aspect of having an autoimmune disease is the fact that no one understands what you go through unless they have an autoimmune disease. But they still don't understand, because every person that has, for instance, lupus does not have the same symptoms. They don't feel the same. They just know that there are ups and there's downs, there are flares, and then there's super flares. There are hospitalizations, numerous doctor's appointments, pain, anger, depression, and the list goes on. But then there are those who have no idea what your day-to-day is. They are the ones who say, you're sick again? You don't look sick. Why are you sleeping? Why are you throwing up? Always asking why. And I will say this, every time you ask why, it irritates us, because we don't know why. We're living in a body we don't even understand. We're living in a body that's attacking itself. Damn it, that's difficult in and of itself. Leave us alone. And it's very important to, if you're going to be a support or be of support, do your job consistently. Thinking back to 2015 for me, yes, I had lupus. Yes, I had an emergency DNC. I was by myself. I was hurting alone. I was in pain. I hated everything. There were thoughts, I'm not going to lie, they were suicide thoughts, because I allowed myself to strip a child out of me. But then again, these are thoughts, okay? These are normal. Thinking of killing yourself to many may not be normal, but in a situation where you're already in pain, you've already experienced pain, but now you're experiencing pain on a whole different level. The easy way out seems to be the easy way out. But me now, thinking back, I would never, and I am never, I'm going to say never, and they say never say never. I'm not going to say my 2015 self should not have been thinking thoughts like that. I'm going to say that I should have opened up about those thoughts to someone. But I say that very lightly and loosely, because It's difficult to confide in a person with the words, I want to kill myself. Because then they go into a mode where it's like, I need to save your life. When in reality, you're not really wanting to kill yourself. You just can't communicate exactly how you feel. But the bottom line is, the easiest way out of all the emotions that you're feeling and all of the thoughts that are going through your head is to just die. And I want for you all to understand this. Death was what I thought was in my hands since 2012. Okay? Death is what I thought was knocking at my door every single day, despite the fact that I thought that I had my life. I was taking the reins. Death is what I saw every time I went on social media inside of a lupus community group. Death is what I understood as the first thing that took somebody away from me when I was 10 years old, and then again when I was 25. So I wanted to meet this motherfucker. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to meet death and say, what's up, death? How you doing? And I also didn't value myself because I had gone through so much. What else was I to give to the world if I couldn't give anything to myself? So if someone comes to you with a suicide thought, don't flare up. Talk through their emotions and feelings with them. It might take more than 5 minutes. So sit down and be ready to receive. So again, I repeat, I'm not upset with my 2015 self, my 25-year-old self. I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her for feeling and allowing herself to feel in moments where, actions should be taken. Not even should be. Actions are taken. Some people they don't allow themselves to feel. They just do. And in that moment, I filtrated thoughts, filtrated emotions, and stood, grounded myself, and decided that I don't know how long it's going to take for me to heal. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to shake this feeling, but I can do it. And I'm going to do it by myself. So my advice to her would have been reach out for help. Therapy helps, yeah, but you still got to go home and see yourself. You still got to go home and feel. You still have to go home and be. Sitting on that chair and that couch is only for a half an hour or 45 minutes, depending on how much your insurance is going to pay. But you still have to return to reality. And that is the putting into practice all that you should have learned in therapy. But my therapist she sucked. But I had to find it for myself. I had to learn for myself. And I hated it. And I don't wish that on anyone. To the March 2021 Amelia, I now yearn for that support that I should have gotten back in 2015. Because now that I have accepted that I'm on a journey, okay? I am on a Nama fuck you journey. I have implemented this concept into my life. I have been giving a second chance. My take two. I have been given a second chance. And I need to embrace that and get it right this time. Now I yearn, okay? I yearn. I'm not calling for, though. Let's differentiate that. I yearn, not calling for. When I say calling for, I mean I'm putting myself out there, and it's almost like I'm a thirst trap, a walking thirst trap, and this is what I want. No. I'm yearning for. I know what I want. I'm yearning for support, positive support, and that's what I've been given. I yearn for attention, positive attention. Because as an individual I'm a runner, okay? So when things go bad, I run. I don't run away. I just run into a corner and try to get it right myself before I present myself again to the world. But I need someone in my life, or people rather, who notice me turning into a hermit and they reach out. That's what I yearn for. That attention right there. I yearn for comfort. Words mean shit to me. They mean absolutely nothing. Because I have been filled with sweet nothings in my right ear for so long that now I need to see action. So I yearn for the comfort displayed with action. Give me a hug. Blow me a kiss. In the physical. We're in a day and age with social media and technology. I love to text. FaceTime is amazing. What's up? What's up? But pull up. Love on me. And I say all of this to say, I give exactly what I yearn to receive. My 2015 self, my 2012 self may not have been that much of a giver, but because of my trials and tribulations thus far, it has shown me that if you want to receive something, you have to give it purely and from the heart as a genuine person. I will never ask of you something that I couldn't give to you in return or first. And needless to say, I'm not giving in expectation of something back, but reciprocity. You're just going to continue to drain me as I once have been drained so many times before? No. Here's a gem for you. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Surround yourself with people who walk in their purpose. Surround yourself with people who just don't talk the talk, they walk the walk. There are a lot of hurting individuals in this world who wear facades or who are a walking facade. Stop asking questions you don't want to answer to. Stop. Because you're opening up a Pandora's box that you might not have the key, the power, or the strength to close and lock. I feel like I've opened so many Pandora's boxes and had to forgive myself for that. That's in like relationships. That's in situationships. That's in situations. I've even opened up a Pandora's box within myself. But that one, I did that intentionally because I'm still learning who Amelia L. Smith is. But I'm doing so through the pain, anguish, trial, and tribulation that I have faced. I'm fueling all of that into positivity, affirmative action, manifestation, love, light, flourishment, abundance, blessings. Amelia L. Smith in March 2021 is full of so much love, hope, determination. I am intelligent. I am strong. I am powerful. I am unappreciated. Though many say they do love me and they appreciate me, actions don't speak loud. And I say that here because this is Nama Fuck You, and I am unapologetically Amelia X-rated. I don't feel it, but I have grace. I have patience and hope, like I said before. This episode is a depiction of my take 2. I have been given a second chance at life. Nama Fuck You is my baby. Nama Fuck You is a space where many, including myself today, have come and will come to share their story. Nama Fuck You to lupus. Nama Fuck You to rheumatoid arthritis. Nama Fuck You to my current kidney failure. Nama Fuck You to my dry skin because of my kidney failure, to the rash on my face, and the 50 pounds that I had gained. I lied. It's only 25. Now I'm going to fuck you to the chemotherapy that I finished today and all of its side effects. Now I'm going to fuck you to anybody who has hurt me in the past or left me because I was too sick to go out, too sick to be a friend, too sick to just be, when I actually was too well and my eyes were wide and saw them for who they are. Now I'm going to fuck you should be a concept every single person utilizes in their life. We're going to face a lot of trials and tribulations, many that require energy and many that don't. And in those instances, the middle fingers should go up and peacefully fuck you. You guys have given me the opportunity to share my story, to share my space. I am forever grateful for every person who likes, shares, follows, reposts. I am forever grateful for my past guests and my future guests. I just ask that you continue to stay safe, continue to be sound, continue to walk, talk, and be intentional. Love yourself. Love who you are, who you were, and who you're going to be. Do it for you. Please do not wait for another person to validate the person that you see in the mirror. Your reflection is you, honey. That's you. Learn to love you. Affirm yourself. Care for yourself. Adore yourself. Most of all, respect yourself. I cannot stress this enough. Being unapologetically you is how you should face the world, not how the world should face you. Project greatness intentionally. Project greatness because you feel great, not because you want people to think you're great. We're already wearing a mask. Pull yours off and show who you are. Not literally, though. You catch my drift. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the season finale. I am your host, Amelia X Rated. And Nama Fuck You will be back in May. So please, stay tuned. Also, April 11th, Manifesting Your Own Breakthroughs, the IG Live series begins. I think y'all should tap into that. If you're missing Nama Fuck You, tap into that. That's going down every Sunday night at 6 p.m. starting April 11th. We're going to talk about some things in the Black and brown community that might strike a couple nerves, but nothing that Nama Fuck You hasn't spoken about before. This was amazing. You guys had me crying. Well, I had myself crying, but that's okay. Again, thank you for allowing me to share this space with you guys. Thank you for receiving. Until next time, y'all.